Give me a shout out real quick. Okay, now, okay, sorry about that. That's on my end, guys. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties on my end, but we are live and we're ready to go. Today we are going to be talking about a few things. The first thing we're going to talk about is making sure that how to create an online marketing plan for your client. The landscape has changed since in the last 5 to 7 years in the SEO world, and how we go about getting our business, and we just kind of want to talk about that after I talked to sales partners quite a bit, and kind of what's working for them, and I just kind of want to go over that with you guys today. A little bit of a quick update on brand optimization on the platform, not much there. We want to roll out the new Monster Metrics. We're going to talk about that. And of course, we've got our Meet a Partner and Meet a Member that'll be toward the end of the webinar. We're going to try and keep it, of course, to 30 to 40 minutes with some question and answer at the end. I do apologize to those of you who were on the webinar on the webinar 2 weeks ago, where I accidentally ended the webinar early, and it was right in the midst of everybody asking questions of the staff, and I do apologize about that. Also, be a little bit patient with me. I'm a little slow today. I've been having a little bit of a health issue. I was out of town, and I caught a stomach bug, those typical travelers' stomach bugs, and I ended up getting dehydrated and having to spend some time in the hospital yesterday. But we're all good, and we're ready to rock. So let's see here. Let me get this straight here. Okay. All right. So let's talk about how to create this online marketing plan and what you need to do with your clients. Obviously, online marketing has changed. Before everything was about SEO and walking in and presenting that you're an SEO expert, or that all of your answers could be done through SEO. And remember, all of these guys are getting pummeled every single day with those words, SEO. It's like a bad word now with business owners, and I'm sure you've all had to deal with that whenever you're trying to go in with and talk to a client about services that you offer. So before, even as late as 2005, even later, you could basically rule the roost with just doing SEO work. I mean, forget about everything else, right? So nowadays, it's a little different. Obviously, people are saying that SEO is dead and there's not much that you can do with SEO. Well, you know what? It's not dead. There is a lot you can do with SEO. But it's not enough. You definitely have to be a complete package. So saying that, what we want to do is make sure that you're aware of all the different channels that we can use, and you need to really present yourself as an online marketing expert. You have so many tools available to you with the firm that there's no reason to just be out there offering SEO, which obviously SEO services are our #1 selling service, and that's great. We do it well. What we want to do is make sure that you're not limiting yourself just to SEO services. So basically, right now, what you need to be doing when you go in and you're pitching your client, or you're talking about what services you have to offer, I would not necessarily go in with just talking about SEO. You really need to be focused on a complete marketing package. That's going to separate you from everybody, from the spammers to the cold callers and everything that's out there attacking these business owners on a daily basis. So, if you go through a little bit of what they need to have when you're talking about just starting with their website and having a little bit of prep time when you're going in to talk to the client. And is their website mobile friendly? You've heard about all the Google changes and how that's very important. Making sure that maybe you've done a website audit, see where the holes are and what they currently have. But we're going to talk about even web design and how that plays into your overall marketing strategy. Later on, we're going to have a team member on that's going to be able to kind of talk to you about that, because maybe if you're not offering web design services, you should be. And there's a recurring model that you can earn with the web services. You need to put this in to your toolbox. Of course, if they haven't been if they don't have everything set up for them, the brand establisher is an excellent way to go in. That product is one of our top selling products. People get results very quickly off of that. Even just getting all their accounts set up, people are very proud once they get them done that they can share them with their clients, and it's really, that's a great product. So look into that. Obviously, you need to be offering a social media package. The key is to go in with something that is going to get them engaged with and excited about what the marketing campaign will entail. When you're able to set forth a plan, even if it's for a month or a quarter, the overall plan needs to be, hey, we're going to cover all of these bases. If you've already got some of them done, then great. But we need to make sure that we're covering all of these. Video marketing is very important right now. Obviously, if they're looking for immediate results, that you need to work in the PPC and get instant, it's instant traffic. And then working with them on making sure that their conversions are proper. If you look into, obviously, the local buzz packages are very important, making sure that they're in Google Maps, making sure that they're getting their citations done. So you can see that as this goes, SEO is not in itself just the answer. And so you don't need to necessarily be going in on just the SEO attack. I would actually avoid it. It's almost like a four-letter word these days. So one of the things that I think are very, very important is how you go in with the consultation. When you go in with the consultation, you need to be asking all the questions. And these may seem like obvious questions, but you'll be surprised how many people do not ask the necessary questions to engage the client. So number one, you need to ask them what you need to know. What do I need to know as your consultant? What do I need to know about your business or your industry that I don't know? Tell me something that I don't know about pool design or the type of pools that you're selling in your client, right? You'd be surprised how you can make assumptions and you can assume, right? Don't assume that you know about their business or their industry. You know what assume means, right? Makes an ass out of you and me. So make sure that you're asking about what should I know exactly about your business or industry that I don't know. Who are their customers? Obviously, you need to be asking about the demographic of their customers. For instance, if it's an older crowd that's maybe looking into retirement home or, depending on the niche, actually Bing may be a better source for traffic than Google, okay? So it's very important that you're asking very detailed questions about their customers. Who are their competitors? You may assume that some of their competitors are the obvious ones on doing the keywords, but that may not be necessarily true. So have them give you their list of their competitors, so you can do some research on what they're doing and how we can beat them. How many, we can do research. How many citations do these guys have that we need to overcome, right? Where are they and what does their marketing look like? What do you need to do to beat it, right? Next, you need to talk to them specifically about their marketing goals. It's very, very important to find out where the client is, where his head is at. Because if he's expecting that he's looking to double his business, and he's looking to spend $1,000 or less with you, then obviously that's not going to happen, right? I mean, we have to be realistic on the amount of money that they're going to spend to the results that they're going to get. There's no magic bullet here, and selling them, going in and saying, okay, an SEO 3 package will be able to get you to be number one in like San Diego home alarms. It's not going to work. You're competing with ADT, who's spending a ton of money on those kind of keywords. So you're going to have to be focused on really what are their goals and how you're going to help them get there. So it's keeping, what results do they expect from you? So setting the right expectations is very, very important. It's not going to be, you're going to be number one in Google, obviously, right? Okay? I mean, we're going to do the best job that we possibly can, but it's not going to happen this month. It's better to be frank with them and tell them, look, this is a long-term game. You're always going to be, marketing online, and it's a fact of life. I come from the days of Yellow Pages. If you didn't pay for the Yellow Pages every year, you were not in the Yellow Pages with your ad the following year. It did not carry over. It is the same way right now in online marketing. You have to be active, and you have to explain this to your client, that everything that's happening is dynamic, and if they fail to be consistent in their marketing, they will fall to the wayside. It is do or die out there. The last thing you want to be, well, not the last thing, but you want to also be asking them, what have you done before? Because I'm sure that they've had a horror story for you. There's, a lot of people have been burned by unscrupulous SEO companies that are out there. Maybe they were promised one thing and they got another. Maybe the client's expectations were much higher than what is being provided, okay? So we have to make sure that you're talking to them. What have they done in the past, or even what are they doing right now? Are they sending newsletters out? Okay, if they're sending newsletters, how can you make sure that you're getting links into those? Can you take a look at them? Can you help them make sure that they're getting that you're intertwining the social media that you're going to do with their newsletters, right? So there's a lot of things that you can do that way that are going to be complementary to the services that you offer. Now, obviously, going through and checking to see, do they need a responsive website? Are they looking for more traffic? Is it going to be earned traffic, organic traffic, or do we want to go for a pay-per-click campaign? Where are they when you do your analysis on their search engine rankings, right? What, with their brand? Obviously, if you've checked and you find out that, they don't have an active Google+, they don't have an active Facebook, or they do, but it's not being managed correctly, right? How many likes do they have? How many people are involved? How engaged are they with their Twitter? These are things that you can help with. You are an expert in all of these things, because we have all of these different services that if you reach out to your sales consultant, we can help you match the services that each one of these clients needs with the right type of proposal. We will help you do this. You do not have to do this alone. If you know where you're going into, excuse me, and that's what our account managers, our sales consultants are here for. They will help you prepare to go in to the consultation fully ready and armed with a great proposal, and to get the client. So the most important thing that I want you to walk away from this is asking a lot of questions. Don't go in assuming a thing. The more questions you ask, the more they're going to believe in their hearts that you do care, and you must care about them. You want them to get results, because if they have results, you're going to retain the client. No one is, I guarantee you, if you bring these guys business, they will not only be raving about you, but they will be renewing and telling their friends everything that they can to help you get more clients, okay? And, the sales partners that I talk to, the most successful ones are the ones that really, really care about their client. So that's one of the biggest things I can really stress is that if you show these guys, look, I'm interested, I asked all of these questions, I really want to dive in so we can offer you the best services possible. If you need help with that, if you're new and you need help with your closing your client, please contact your account manager, your sales consultant, whatever lingo we want to use here. But just reach out. We'll be glad to walk you through it. So moving on, I want to talk real quick. I want to show you the brand optimization screenshots real quick with what we've done. Let's see here. So this is the partner view. And what we've done is you can go in here and you'll see how we've changed a little bit where you've got your wholesale price. This is the investment from the client to the retail price. We do have this discount. I'm showing it here. I'm not a big fan of showing the retail with a discount, but sometimes you want to be able to turn that on and turn that off. That is completely up to you, and then it'll show your profit. So when you're building the marketing proposal in the brand optimization program, it's very clear on what services that you're putting together and what the profit is. One of the newest things that we have here would be how we're doing the client view, okay? And so this is, you'll notice that whenever they go to the client view or even the live view that we have, we've eliminated before there's a toolbar up here for the dashboard. We've removed that, so it's very clean. Then when you go down and when you open this up, it's used to open up as the solution. We had one of our really great sales partners, Steven, come out and it's like, hey, why is that defaulted to the solution? It definitely needs to go default to the overview when they come in, because when you're giving a presentation, obviously you want to walk them down the path, just like you would with any other proposal, where you're showing them this is what these are the locations that we're looking to go after. These are the categories. This is where you're starting from, and then walking them through the whole process, and then giving them what your solution is with your pricing. And of course, you can eliminate the discounts, but they would only see this page when you're giving your presentation. And then the live builder, this is just a screenshot, but you can click on the live builder, and of course, you're able to make changes to the proposal on the fly. I'm sorry I don't have a screenshot for you for that one, but if you're on last week's webinar, you saw this. We're continuing to make more improvements to the program, and we'll keep you updated as we go, but this is live right now. And so if you're with the brand optimization, please make sure that you check in with this and get familiar with it. We're trying to make a little bit more changes so that you don't make a confusion between the partner side, partner view, and also the client view in the future. So next thing I want to talk about is, let me check my time here. We're 22 after the hour. I want to talk about our Monster Metrics update. Now, if you don't know about Monster Metrics, this is our own proprietary platform that we've built that combines all of your analytics from Bing, Google Analytics, Google Webmaster. It's all in a central place. So we are now live for version 2. It's a complete rewrite. It's a complete, the UX UI is completely different. It's going to be faster, more reliable, and more representative of the UX UI of today. So I just want to show you these real quick. This is just an overview page of the campaign. Then you've got this really goes down to the numbers that you'll be able to see. This is all standard stuff. If you're familiar with Monster Metrics, I think you'll really appreciate how we've brought all the data in to really an organized and more reliable fashion. Let's see here. Okay, now if you are looking to move your campaigns from the old Monster Metrics to the new Monster Metrics platform, all we want you to do is send us an email to connect@virtualgroup.co. We don't want to do this. We don't want to change anybody over without getting a direct order to do it, because the links may change and you may need to make some changes to your client links that you give out. We want to make sure that you want to move them over in a manner that's proper for you. If you email in, we're going to take these on a first come, first served basis, and the IT dev team will move these over one by one according to your directive. All you have to do, like I said, is email connect@virtualgroup.co. I hope that you will take advantage of that, and it's in beta right now. So remember, if you do see something that's a little glitchy, make sure you let us know really quick, okay? You can always hit us with that connect@virtualgroup.co if you see a glitch or if you have any type of issues. Just make sure you contact us, and we really appreciate your help with that. Let's see here. I want to bring on our partner guest. Let's see here. Okay. All right. JD, are you there?
I sure am.
Okay. So guys, this is the segment, one of my favorite segments actually that we've started recently, and this is called Meet a Partner. What I want to do real quick is just introduce JD. He's in Indianapolis. He's been a partner since 2011, which is way before I was with the firm. You may have been one of the first, huh, JD?
It's actually 2010, and we probably were close.
Okay, so first, if you will, just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
So we're located in Indianapolis. We started relatively small, with just a couple guys going out and selling SEO, kind of like what you're talking about before, and we've grown and grown, and we've made some partnerships with some other people in regards to some IT work, and that picture right there was taken this morning. There's a couple of IT guys in the background working on some stuff, but we've kind of gone full circle and just continue to grow.
Well, I really appreciate you being on, JD. I know this is like in the middle of the day for you, and it was kind of shotgun because I hadn't even reached out to you before today, but I appreciate you joining us. I just had a couple of questions that I wanted to go through for the crowd, and I wanted to ask, what is your favorite service that Virtual Group offers?
So it's funny the way you said it earlier. The SEO is kind of like a bad word, and I agree. And we use the term digital marketing or internet marketing is what we do. But the service that we sell the most of and out the gate is we really want to focus on SEO. We may not use that term with the client, but to us, and from everything that we've seen in the past, it's a very foundational piece to what you're going to do. If you get the foundation right and set the expectations correct, then when you do the social media package down the road, it's going to have a better effect if it's in alignment. I use that word a lot, alignment with the SEO and everything else. So whether it's a local buzz, whether it's PPC, if you're foundationally correct, you're going to have a far better success rate than if you have that out of alignment and you're just kind of pushing really fast and really hard.
Okay, that's great advice. What would you say of the services that you've used with the Virtual Group? What's your most profitable service? I mean, pricing differs, right? But I mean, where is it SEO as well?
Well, it would be SEO just from the standpoint that all the services are reoccurring, so we get that residual income, but because that's where we start, that's probably our most profitable, just because that's where we start, and that's where some people stay, and we bring new people on all the time. I do like social media, though. Social media is kind of near and dear to my heart, and it does have a great place, and everything is really profitable. I mean, I think it's not really about the price. And when you create profitability or when you're creating your pricing, it's not about the price. It's about what you think you're worth. And if you can sell that, then you can sell anything, and that's really how it goes. So from a profit margin standpoint, we're pretty equal across the board. What is most profitable is just where the majority of our campaigns are.
That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, here's a question from the crowd. What challenges do you encounter when finding leads, and how do you overcome them?
Never had a problem finding a lead. Last time I checked, just in our zip code, there's probably about 4,000 businesses. So that's within a 5-mile radius. You know, you have to understand that when you use things, it's all about identifying with the client, and we're always out there looking for what's their pain point. I think you said it best just a little bit earlier. When you assume that it's a pain point, you're not being in reality. You know, I've used scrapers, I've seen scrapers, I've seen lists, all kinds of different things. What's so bad about opening up Google and looking and seeing a problem and calling the person up and saying, I'm right down the street, I want to talk to you, let's set a meeting. There's no problem finding leads. Leads are that's a bad word in my organization, so I'm a little passionate about it. If somebody say they can't find a lead, they just need to open their eyes.
You know, I remember, this is a while back. JD, do you remember whenever you were on a previous webinar, and
Yep.
was it you, or maybe it was there were two sales partners on the line, but one of them was talking about they just go for a certain niche and they go to like page 3, and they just pick the business that's closest, and they go, okay, you're on page 3, don't you want to be closer to page 1 or 2? And that was like the sweet spot. Was that you, if I remember correctly?
That was us, Jonathan. That was us.
That's great.
That's a great memory.
So, you know, I know that your time is limited. I got one more question for you from the crowd, and it's, how do you retain your clients? I mean, what specific actions are you contacting them? Are you selling them quarterly? Are you talking to them once a week, once a month, once a quarter? You know, what are you doing to make sure that you get that residual, that retaining your client?
So let's start that on the front side of the sale. So once we have maybe a meeting, maybe we have a discovery meeting, was kind of what we would call that. Hey, I'll come in, I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to learn about your business, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to get some research done, right? Depending how that meeting went, obviously. So once I get some research done, then we're going to schedule a meeting to go back in and talk about what we found. Depending how you set up that meeting really dictates how long that customer is going to be a customer of yours. And I can't impress upon you enough that this is where the magic really happens. You know, a lot of people want to go in and talk about this feature, that feature, or this is what you got to do, or this is what you got. You know what? They don't care. The bottom line is they don't know what you're talking about. They have no idea. They're scared of you. That's a fact. They're scared of you because they don't know. They don't understand this stuff. So you have to break down that barrier, and the best way that we have found to break down that barrier is talk about how your organization works. And really what keeps people engaged in your business, remember, they're getting a bill every month, and maybe it's even more if you're going quarterly or whatever the case might be. So if that becomes a pain point for them if you do not have great communication. So when we talk about what we're going to do, we bring an idea to them, obviously. Hey, here's some opportunities we found based on our research. We can fix all of this, and but that's not really the big deal here. The big deal is is your organization going to work with our organization, and how's that relationship really going to be? So it's setting clear expectations on, you know, listen, if you do SEO, and I think anybody on this call would agree, the first 30 days is a nightmare, right? It is an absolute nightmare, and it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of communication back and forth from the client. But if you don't prepare them for that, they're going to be like overwhelmed and think that that's how it's always going to be, and it's not always going to be that way. Set that clear expectation that we're going to be really engaged this first 30 days. Who do I talk to? Because I know the decision maker doesn't have time for it. So who is my point person? Set that expectation, then set the expectation for what month 2 and month 3 looks like, and at that point you should be pretty foundationally correct as long as you're getting through all the tasks that we need to get through, and ultimately that's when we're upselling. So now when we're upselling, we're able to kind of do that process all over again. It's not about the retaining is about touch points. It's not really about is this working or is this not working? Because Jonathan, you and I have always had some great conversations about this. You can show a workload. I mean, there's no doubt that we're doing the work that we're supposed to do. It's more about what can we do to improve it. If they're not happy with the service, then you just set the expectations wrong. You may have said or implied, I've had that happen before, I've implied that you're going to rank really great on Google, or you're going to do this, or this is what's going to happen. And we, too often we get so results driven and we don't really talk about the behaviors or the process. It's all about the process, and if you follow the process, it works just fine.
I love it. It's gold, JD. I really appreciate you being on the webinar. We'll definitely have you on again. I remember, guys, JD knows how to handle, when it comes to project management, this guy is the king. So when we're struggling with a lot of campaigns and you're like, wow, I'm overwhelmed with the project management end of it, JD, we'll have you on again sometime soon to make sure that we attack, because your project management and the way that you handle that is just really, really great. So I just want to tell you, thank you for being on, can everyone just give a shout out real quick to JD for taking time out of his day to give us some nuggets of gold. But thank you so much, JD.
Thanks for having me on, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
Okay, no, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so guys, I've known JD for a while. He's a successful reseller with us. I hope that you took some notes. We will invite him back. I hope that you guys like this Meet the Partner section. So give me a shout out and tell me, what are we doing right, what are we doing wrong here on these webinars to make sure that you're happy and you're learning something every single time. The next section is one of my second favorite, maybe it's my favorite, and it's Meet the Team. So let me make Rob here. Okay, so Rob, are you there?
Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, guys. All right. So we've got Rob Rosella on the line. Let me just kind of tell you about, Rob. He's in our web design team. Well, you know what, Rob, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing.
Well, first of all, thank you very much, and it is a pleasure to be part of this webinar and to be able to speak with all of our partners. I know that I've spoken with some of you guys. Just want to say shout out to everybody there who I've spoken with. Well, I've been with the company for about 3-4 years now. I've been in the industry for about 5 or so years. As you can see on your screen, been with various different niches, automotive, telecom, but now focusing on web design. And I'm excited to be part of the team and excited to be in service with all our partners. And of course,
Well, we appreciate it, Rob. I had some questions for you, and one of the things that I won't take you off guard or anything, but I just wanted you to kind of talk to the group we have on right now, and the possibility is that these guys have never used the web design team at all, okay? And they've been selling just services. So, kind of walk them through. If you're brand new and they've been doing SEO, but they have not engaged with web design because, well, they don't sell web design, talk to us a little bit about what you would do to kind of get them to engage with you and how they can make some money.
Yeah. Well, I understand that a lot of people have been in the SEO, or we don't want to use the SEO word, the word SEO, but they mainly focus on this part of the business. But because there's a recurring payment, right? It's a recurring business, and this is the same for web design, if I may say so. I know that for our partners, and guys give a shout out if you've ever felt that there are no recurring payments with web design. Anybody want to give a shout out?
Well, isn't it, of course, you just build the site and walk away? Tell us.
Yeah, exactly. And well, that is not the case with Virtual Group. The way we look at it, web design websites are very dynamic, and this is where we actually created a program, which is the maintenance and support program, which will tackle or give you opportunity for a recurring payment. And this is very important for website builds. You want to make sure that after you build the sites for clients and get their money, you want to be able to update and give them that sort of service, in which would I believe they would really greatly appreciate. And I know for some of you partners, you do the maintenance yourself, and this gives you an opportunity to actually have us do it for you, right, and get paid off of doing this. And we will do it for you while you sit back and focus on some more sales. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, everybody wants to make that sale.
Hey, Rob, I was just looking through the questions, and I saw a comment, and one of the comments said, I guess, that's because web design is a pain, and there's so many details. Could you talk about how you guys interact directly with the customer, the client directly sometimes, to kind of lessen that pain for the end client?
Oh, thank you for bringing that up, Jonathan. Actually, that is another star, another sparkle with the team, and this is actually an offer that we take pride in. We don't just do the support for you and speak directly with our partners, which we love very much, but we also want to cater to speak with the end client. So we'll do everything for you. We have a ticketing system wherein your client directly can send us tasks, updates that they fancy having put on their website. So literally you just have to sit there and focus on making your sale or making more business.
Nice. Okay, so for those of you who are out there and kind of not wanted to engage with web design, what Rob is saying is we love to talk to you, and he's being very nice, but you know what? Pass it over to us, and we'll talk directly to your client through a ticketing system and make it easy and well. So Rob, let's it's kind of winding down. We're hitting that 45 mark, and we're going to start losing the attention of these fine people. Can you talk us about the web design promo?
There you go. And yeah, I really want to jump in quickly about that. In line with what Jonathan and I are talking about, maintenance, etc., talking about project management with the end client. For the holiday season, we would like to offer, we are offering rather, support and maintenance program, 1 quarter for every website build. So this is for theme and custom packages, and this is 0 fee, 100% free if you close a design campaign for this December month, end of actually up until January 15th, if I'm not
That's right.
If I'm not mistaken.
So guys, if you look on your screen right now, you'll see the promotional materials we've built for you. There's the 2 links that are in the webinar. Judy, if you don't mind posting those links into the box if possible. Otherwise, we will send these out, by the way, by email as well. I'm sorry, Robert, I cut you off.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, since it is my pleasure to be speaking in front of our partners, I would like to take this opportunity to let you guys know if you need any consultation help, yours truly, always available. And of course, now that we have Roy back, I believe you guys were able to hear Roy back in the last webinar. As you know, he is our web guru, so any consultation, technical need, I believe we have a very robust team to be able to help you out. So our doors, our lines, our email, our scheduler link are always open for you guys. Give us a call, avail of this promo. Thank you, guys.
All right. Well, Robert, thank you so much for being on.
Thanks,
hold on
Jonathan.
1 second, and I'll get you muted. No, I appreciate it, man. So, okay, there we go. We've got Rob muted, so of course all the team around him can now talk again. So basically, that's about it for today's webinar. This will be the last webinar of the year. So our team would like to express happy holidays to you guys. We're happy that you took the time to be on the webinar. Oh, I know that your time is busy, especially coming up to the Christmas holidays and everyone's getting things done. Our next webinar is going to be on January 7th. So it's going to be a good one. I'm going to take some time over the Christmas holidays to really put together something great. We are looking for a fantastic 2016. We are really pumped up about it. We will be sending you some emails. Of course, you're going to get the, you get the Christmas card and all that stuff electronically, of course. So you will be hearing from us, but this will be our last webinar of the year. What we'd like to do right now is I'm going to end the webinar, but I'm not going to end the question and answer period. We've got every single one of our account managers on the line. Yeah, I'll be answering questions also directly. So if you are you want to stay on and ask us some questions, we do appreciate it. We will stay here as long as possible, and at least for the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes if need be. So thank you all very much for being on the webinar today, and we hope to see you soon. Yeah.